so much for staying with us. You're still watching Signature Morning on Signature TV. Now we're going to be talking on the Nigerian petroleum tax policy. The federal government's plan to add a 5% surcharge on petroleum products has stirred nationwide debate, and labor unions say it will worsen hardship, and it has sparked up a lot of conversation both for the people of Nigeria and the labor unions as well. So we're going to be looking at, is Nigerian petroleum tax policy economic wickedness? Now, joining us via phone call this morning is the chairman, NLC Enugu State, Comrade Fabian Wibo. Good morning, Mr. Fabian. How are you today?
Good morning, and thank you for inviting me. I'm fine. At least we had a rain this morning in Enugu.
Yes, we did. All right, now looking at this this 5% surcharge, this petroleum tax policy, I'd like to get your opinion on that and how you think that this could affect things in the country.
All right, thank you so well. This question is coming at the very right time. The 5% tax on production, petroleum products, under the 2025 tax administration, is another burden on citizens. Already pressed the response. Remember, since 29 May 2023, when subsidy was removed, a lot of, in fact, citizens of this country have been going through hell economic-wise. And for anyone to think of adding further pain on the people, that will amount to a very noticeable and noticed wickedness. So it's cruel and unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate that the leadership of this country see citizens as revenue generating funds rather than partners in reform. Any country that is embarking on any fiscal reform that is not accompanied by fairness, transparency, and visible benefits, that fiscal policy or reform is bound to fail, because people are going to be from the point of being anti-human policy. They are going to resist it. There will be resentment. There will also be instability in that economy. Therefore, an attempt to further punish Nigerians, the spirit of this country, by imposing further levies or tax on the people, has to be viewed as say, if you want to bring on board any policy that is not accompanied with fairness, transparency, and hope, that policy is dead on arrival because the people will resist it. Of course, we are beginning to hear some talk from the labor union that they will not accept it. We cannot accept further punishment on Nigerian citizens. We have suffered enough. The government should think big and think wide on what that can be done to ensure that they change the face of the people of this country who are already in a mess, economic mess. Look at the level of inflation. Look at the minimum wage, 70,000 naira. In the face of this galloping inflation, the transport system is something else. Food items, the cost calculated, and a whole lot of things. Rent, school fees. This is September. Children are still back to school. Most parents today you talk to on their list is about school fees, book bags, and a whole lot of things. And we know that as long as all this fear, issues that relate to energy, fear, is taught, every aspect of our economy catches cold. The people in the private sector will immediately start into it, start something to rise. And let me also tell you, if you put this 5% on petroleum products, the tendency of stations, potential stations, will back out. You get that? And that will metamorphose into scarcity and panic buying. We should put people further into more trouble. I was looking at the social media report from 2 days ago, and we're saying fuel is targeted at 1.5 above. Very soon. And I think what is informing this idea is this 5% tax. So, I wish to pray that the framers of this new tax regime should go back, think twice, look at the faces of Nigerians, the conditions we have been put in already for the past 2 years plus, and then take their decision for its drafting.
All right. It is seeming as though the federal government is insensitive, in the way they are handling the welfare of the citizens. Looking at that, what is actually the position of the NLC, Enugu State Council, on the proposed surcharge? Is it different from the national TUC and NLC stance, or is there something else they are doing, or are you coordinating nationally with the TUC?
All right. I think I like the word you use, insensitive. Absolutely correct. The government is very, very sensitive about the plight of the people. Enugu State Council of the Nigerian Labour Congress can never deviate or do anything differently from what the national body is doing or thinking. We think alike. We come together at all times to reason together and think on how best to go about issues that is facing Nigerian citizens. So, instead of the national body of the NLC, instead of the State Council of NLC in Wickedness, we are not different, and we have never been different. We have always reasoned together, we have worked together, we have always agreed before we carry out any action. So, in this, whatever you hear from me now, whatever I'm saying, just take it that is coming from our results and resolution.
All right, Comrade Weibo. Now, earlier on when you were speaking, you mentioned the issue of minimum wage and how Nigerians are still struggling to manage what they have, and then we're having this surcharge and this increase in tax and reforms and all of these things. And this new agitation of the 70,000 naira minimum wage being increased to 250,000 naira. I'd like to know, in your opinion, do you think that 250,000 naira is enough for the average Nigerian to survive, looking at the economic situation in the country?
250,000 naira is not 250,000 may appear irrational, notwithstanding the fact that, considering the realities of the economy, there is no family that will survive with the sum of 250,000 as minimum wage. Let's take, for instance, this very basic analysis. A family of where you have father and mother with 3 kids, and let's take for granted that they eat whatever that comes their way at the cost of 1,000 naira per person. That would translate into 5,000 per day, 15,000 per day. Multiply by 30 days. Let's take average of 30 days. That will amount to 450,000 naira only on food. Only on food. And we're talking about 250,000. We're talking about 70,000 currently. If you talk about rent, tell me that place in this, let's take our Enugu state, for instance. Any part of Enugu where you find a room, just a room, and during these 5 persons can squeeze themselves into a room and a small kitchen room that will go for less than 250,000 for a year. If you convert it into monthly payment, it's about 20,000 naira. If it's added to what you have spent on food, they have other bills, electricity, cost, social life, school fees, health, care. So it's not that 250,000 cannot do anything. But what we're saying is that as you are going to give us 250, consider other variables like the health system we're talking about. You know, like this water, this oil, we're also talking about. If you pay us 250 and what is the 1,005, that the inflation it will generate will erode the value of that 250,000 naira. So it's not sufficient, it's not enough to just pay 250,000 and allow free flow of the economy and the economic indices. If you don't control them, paying will 2 million, it will also be eroded. So it's not a one factor, it's not a one-way traffic thing. It has to go, it has to be holistic. As you are reviewing the salaries of workers, also look at other economic indices, other factors of the economy that makes the value of naira to go down. One for the value of naira strengthening as against dollars and other variables to see that we begin to have money for our naira. That is what we're saying.
All right, so Mr. Nwibo, do you think that this situation would likely push more people below poverty line if, you know, these increments continue?
I have said that already. It will not just push, they are going to slump into poverty line. Those who are living on the line will deepen themselves into poverty. And those who are already in the poverty line will go so low and down into the poverty line. You know, of course it is clear. Very, very clear. Each time you add a dime, each time you adjust the price of fuel. The price of fuel, who is the mainstay, the basis of our economy. Each time you adjust it, it is going to generate inflation. And we cannot ignore the effect of this inflation. So every additional naira of fuel cascades across the economy. Raising transport fees, food distribution costs, and manufacturing. And once you hit all these factors, all these variables, the tendency is that people are going to suffer. So our prayer is that this new tax regime will never see the light of the day. For if you allow it, honestly, many Nigerians will go deep down into the poverty line.
All right, thank you so much, Comrade Fabian Nwibo, for your time this morning. I truly enjoyed this conversation, and we hope that we'll see changes and improvements in the coming weeks or months. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much, and God bless you.
All right, and that is it on our conversation with Comrade Fabian Wibo, Chairman NLC Enugu State, talking on the Nigerian petroleum tax policy. And with that, we'll be introducing Luke Umbo for Political Circle, after which we'll be connecting to our Abuja studios for the continuation of the show. Do stay with us.
We are local.
International communities observing every
Just finished taking
Where the main market is in chaos. People
We are national.
Those in support of this motion as amended, say aye.
Aye. We have taken the vote by default.
We are international.
Israeli airstrikes.
Donald Trump left us the worst unemployment.
Signature TV, news in your pocket.